Hey guys, I just wanted to do a video on maybe possibly help somebody out who's, I don't know, going through some trouble with the Cpap stuff, or, mask, kind of mask to use or whatever. Of course, I mean, that's personal preference as far as, what mask we use. But I'm just going to talk about a few of the ones that I used and ones that I start with and the one I use now and how to try some different masks if you're not happy with the one that you got, because that's a problem that I ran into. And when I had that problem, my durable medical equipment supplier people, they let me change the mask one time, and then they were kind of like, okay, well, you're stuck with it now, until I don't know, until there was like 3 months or something like that, and to have to deal with that every night, for something that doesn't fit that well or doesn't really work for you, it kind of sucks. So first I'll show you the masks, and then I'll talk about what I did to try some other ones. Anyways, so the very first one that I had, I don't actually have it anymore. It was the Fisher and Paykel, I think it's called the Sim Plus. It is a full face mask, and I had this thing, like, it went up, on the bridge of your nose and your forehead there. And it had straps on like this, and had these two like clip things that you put on the side, and it worked good as far as, and it worked all right. Got the job done. I wasn't a real big fan of these little hook things I was talking about, but I've dealt with it for a little bit. And when I first got fitted for the mask and got the machine and all that kind of stuff, I did a little bit of research, and I thought I needed a full face mask because my nose is plugged up a lot, so I breathe out of my nose, or breathe out of my mouth rather, sometimes when I'm sleeping. So I thought, well, hey, I gotta have a full face mask, and I don't, I know that's not the most comfortable, but I just thought, I've got to have that. I've got to have the full face. So I tried another one that I don't have anymore. I do have some that I'm going to show you, but the first one that I tried, other than that one they gave me when I did the initial sleep test or whatever, was the Amara View. It's made by Respironics, Philips Respironics, Amara View. And it's a full face mask, but it only covers like this portion here, and just like right here. That's all it covers. And again, it's got the little snap poke things on there. And I don't know, it was leaking, and I just couldn't get it. It was okay, like, but you couldn't. I don't know. It didn't work that well for me. And I was not a big fan of these clip things, because you're in the middle of the night, you're half awake, gotta go to the bathroom or whatever. You gotta fool with these little clips and try to clip it back on, and it's just wasn't a good time. So I called them, and I'm like, hey, I need to switch. And I did some more research. Again, I was thinking I had to stick with this full face mask thing, because I open my mouth sometimes. And so the next one I tried, I actually have this one. It was the ResMed, I believe this is called the AirFit F20, I believe. That's the full face mask deal. And this one was cool. I thought it was initially pretty neat because it's got these magnets. So, again, I wasn't a big fan of the clips or whatever. So this one, in the middle of the night, you're fumbling around, it literally just finds it. You don't even have to, just, see, hooks it again. And it's really easy to take off. You just pop these off. But I mean, just put it on like this. I'm gonna take that off before I start talking anymore. If I kind of went like this and showed you, the angle of this is not ideal for me. I mean, I'm a big guy, whatever. It kind of like cuts under my ear, and I had to keep like pulling it down all the time. So that was kind of a drawback. Now, I mean, this mask worked really well. Didn't really leak all that much. But again, it's that full face thing. This part swivels and moves, and it's got a quick disconnect. So if you gotta get up and go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, come back, and that's as easy as it is. It's a really good mask. I mean, I like it, but I just wanted to try something different, see if I could get away with not having the full face thing this time. Um, and this is where the kind of my experience that I had comes in. I called my durable medical equipment supplier, and they said, okay, well, that was my second mask. So I called them, and they were like, well, you've already done one swap. You can't do anymore. You have to wait. I think they replaced the whole mask. What is it? Every 3 months, I believe it is. I guess that probably depends on insurance or whatever, but it was every 3 months for me. And they said, well, you can change it, but you just call and let us know before 3 months or whatever, and we'll change it then. But you have to go down to the place and get fitted for whatever new mask you want, which is like, I don't know, that seems like kind of a gimmick to me, because it's like, okay, well, I can't, it's just a rubber mask with straps. I mean, he just, you want it to be, kind of, you want it not to leak, but you don't want it to be super tight either. You don't want it to feel like somebody's got a belt around your head or something. It's not rocket science to get it to fit right. But anyways, they want their respiratory therapist, they call them, to fit you for it. So anyways, so that's originally what I was going to do, and I ended up having my follow-up appointment at the doctor, and I went to the doctor, brought the machine in there, and she was, going over stuff with me about it, and I was telling her, I'd like to try a different face mask, but I got to wait a little bit, and she was like, well, we got samples, because they have a sleep lab there, and she's like, we'll give you a few, and we'll send you home with them and try those out for, sleep with each one of them for a couple nights, see what works for you. If it doesn't work for you, we can try something else. But the two they sent me home with, initially I had another one in mind, and it was because of those magnets. I thought those magnets were a really good idea. And they have another one that's called the, if I remember right, it's also ResMed. It's called the N20, I believe. And it's basically the same deal as that. It's got the magnets, but it just goes over your nose here, like around your nose. And the lady was like, well, or my doctor was like, if you're going to do that, you might as well try the nose pillow ones. She's like, because that's, even less invasive, and we'll just work up from there. If those don't work, we'll get, you can go to the one that goes around your nose if you need to. I said, okay, that'd be great. I don't think it's going to work for me, but that'd be great. So the two that they gave me that day when I went, the first one's this one. This is ResMed. I believe it's called a P10, and it's got different, let's see if I can take it apart here. It has different nose pillow things, different sizes, but you can't mix it up. It does actually just go in one way. They kind of point up. If you can see that, kind of point up. But this one, I tried this one. Oh, and this is where the exhaust ports are at here in the front. It looks like a little mesh deal. But there's no adjustments with this. Like it's just this elastic thing here, and these got some like stabilizer supports here on the side. But there's no adjustment. That's okay, I guess. I found this one to be like restrictive. Like I felt like I wasn't getting enough air in my nose. Like when I was trying to breathe, like it was kind of hard to breathe. And maybe that's not everyone's experience, but it felt like you were trying to breathe through a hose and somebody was standing on the hose or something. Like it was just kind of hard to breathe out of for me. I didn't like this one at all. So that was my first experience with something else, and I thought, well, this is great. I'm gonna have to stick with this full face mask thing, which whatever. If I have to, I have to. But the second one that I tried that they gave me is this one. It's a weird looking thing. It's called the Respironics Dreamwear, and it's just got this one strap. I don't know why it's got this other thing here. The other one there, I know why that one has two things, because this one's supposed to kind of go on top of your head. This one's supposed to kind of go back behind your head on the other one. But this one doesn't really, I don't feel like it needs but just the one. But this adjustment here, and this is where the hose goes in the top. So it's pretty cool because it's not pulling your, this is the part, and there's no nose pillows or anything. It just goes under your nose. It just sits under your nose. And the air comes through both sides and these side things, and it does equalize. So if you roll over on your side and you sleep on one side and it's flattens one side of it, it equalizes to the other side. So that's cool. The exhaust ports are up here on this one, and also there is an exhaust port, an exhalation port rather, on the front here. This is the only one that really makes any sense to me. I don't really know what that does, if it's way up here. I don't know, whatever. But I was skeptical about this. I mean, it is, it's a great idea. I thought it goes on just like this. You just set it right under your nose, and that's it. It looks weird, but it works. I was really surprised because you think with the higher air pressure, it's just going to push it away from your nose. It doesn't. I don't know how I don't know, some pretty cool engineering went into that. So this is the one that I've been using lately, and this is the one that I'm going to stick with because it actually works. I don't find my mouth opening that often like I thought was going to happen. I don't have a chin strap thing. I know people, you can get that, so you don't have any chance of it happening. But I haven't found that to be necessary yet. I've only had it happen a couple times. But when it does happen with these kind of masks, if you're somebody who's used a full face mask before, these are different because if your mouth comes open, all the air just comes right out your mouth. And you'll wake up in the middle of the night and your cheeks will be sticking to your teeth. Your mouth will be so dry. But that doesn't happen very often. So I was kind of pleasantly surprised with the outcome of that, and that's the one I'm going to stick with now. But just to let you guys know that if you think you got to have a full face mask and all that, you might not. But if you're having a problem, with your durable medical equipment people, go to your doctor and ask them. I didn't even think about that at the time. I thought, because, there's not really much to those things, but they are really expensive. Like if you have to buy them yourself, they're really expensive. I think the ResMed one, the one I showed you, the full face with F20, I looked that up online. I think that thing's like $150 or something for some plastic with some rubber on it. It's expensive. But anyways, I didn't want to go out and, spend a bunch of money buying a bunch of different kind of masks to figure it out. And they were nice enough just to give them to me. I mean, they didn't bill me for them or anything because they're samples. And in fact, the one, or Dreamwear, it doesn't, but this one actually even says on it, not for sale, sleep lab mask. So they get free samples from the companies to try out new stuff or whatever. So it's cool that they passed that on to me because I was wanting to try something different and I didn't want to have to wait, with using something I didn't want to use for 3 months or whatever it was. So anyways, I'm still trying to get used to it, still trying to use it as much as I can. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe that helps somebody, hopefully. All right, see you later, guys.